And I'd like to thank the Illinois State Police, Will County Sheriff's Department, the Village of Steger Police Department, the Village of South Chicago Heights Police Department, Village of Park Forest, Village of Sauk Village, and I know I'm missing someone, for their assistance. When they chased me into our town, we did call Air 1 for air assets because some ran into the building, some ran around the building. This is another town's investigation, so I don't want to give too much information, but we issued an order out of an abundance of caution. We did not believe that there was any danger to the community, but out of an abundance of caution, we asked everybody to stay in the house till we found these persons. We did take some into custody, and we did remove them from the location, but I don't want to talk too much more about it because it's another town and another police department's investigation. Yes, ma'am.
So, is it possible, like when situations like that happen, we can have some way that, like, it was okay, but people didn't know. People were just like, what's going on, what's going on? And we did not know that until the next day that it was a shelter-in-place advisory. We didn't know. We didn't know. So is there some way, like, I don't know, text message, let me give you an example. So one time, Department of Corrections was transporting a prisoner from somewhere downstate to Joliet. When they got in Peatone, he escaped. I just happened to be up, he was in the middle of the night.
Okay.
And it went all across the TV. You know, it's like the doors, whatever. So, because whoever got one, they ran over there, but ran in somebody's house.
We will do everything we can, up to and including all using as many electronic measures we can to notify as many people. Understanding that even when we put out that release, that community notification, the situation was still going. It was real early on. Matter of fact, I was on the scene and I left the scene to go put that together and send it out. Then I had to get back to the scene because we did have a large number of law enforcement officers from other towns, plus ours, and so coordinating that multi-agency effort. So we will do everything we can to make sure that we notify the citizenry so they'll understand. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Chief.
I have a quick
Go ahead.
Chief Official, the corner of Western and University Parkway, it sees a lot of accidents. It was just one Thanksgiving Day. My parents just missed it, coming, 3-car. Right, so, and that's just, I don't know how many this year has been at that corner. Is it something you have to patrol? I don't know what it is, but I know it's licensed each one of us, each side. I just don't know what's causing the issue where there's so many accidents right there. So I don't know if it's the more patrolling over there or sitting over there or what. It's becoming too much.
So that goes with the piece with the, we want to use as many traffic calming devices as we can, and that's with the piece with the speed trailer and the speed signs, the radar signs, to slow them down. So that stretch of road from Exchange on Western all the way up to Steger Road, you know, that's unbroken. There's nothing stopping in between there. People just get the humming through there. And then going south from Exchange, University Parkway on Western, all the way back to Mooney, Manhattan, it's unbroken. And so part of the issue is we got people that just speed. And so we've done a map of where we're having these accidents. We're trying to have extra patrol in those areas. But as it happens, you know, when we're around, of course, people slow down. The moment we leave, because we have to go to other places in the village, what do? They speed up. And unfortunately, we've had those situations. Now, luckily, last year we did have a loss of life at that intersection. But since then, we haven't had any loss of life. And even the really bad accidents, nobody was hurt seriously. And a couple of those situations, we did wind up taking people into custody. So, because they were just driving bad. But we'll redouble our efforts. We have a couple places in town that are like that, where long stretches of road, nothing breaks it up, people speed, and we're trying to tamp down.
So question for you, you know how in the city, even though they call it the safe zone, they have a camera, if you go over 25, click, the ticket is coming in the mail. So is there a way, I know that's like any 500 over there on Western, that we can have a speed camera, whatever, to do the limit, I mean, coming in or whatever, to and from, I don't know how we can do it when you reach University Park, but a speed camera right there on both sides of the intersection where they do the speed limit. Like, I don't know, camera.
Yeah.
Can we have one of those? Is that possible over that way? I'm just asking.
We can look into it. We can
Because I know in
look
the
into it.
city, you hit Western, you hit Holsted, all of those streets. They got the camera right there. If you're not on 20, you going over 21, click.
In the parks and
Yeah, stuff like that.
We can certainly look into it. I do know that City of Chicago had some carve-outs for the speed cameras that where it was only allowed in the City of Chicago. I do know that there's some legislation out there right now to look to expand that to at least the close suburban areas to the City of Chicago, because that was only at one point the carve-out was only the City of Chicago. We're certainly looking into that.
Yeah, that's like I said, a lot of parks.
Yeah, with school and parks.
Chief, you got that? Last thing, shot with a cop.
Oh, thank you, appreciate it. So I'm asking our elected officials and any citizens, we have Shop with a Cop coming up December 14th. We're looking for cash or gift card donations. We want to take underprivileged children. This year we're focusing on kindergarten to 4th grade. We want to take as many as we can, as much money as we can. We take $5, $10, we take your pocket change, look in between the cushions of your couch. Anything we can, to deliver a meaningful, a holiday. Little kids, they like toys, they like gifts. And some families just aren't able to do that, especially in these hard times. So anything you can give us will help us, help as many children as possible. Thank you.
You're welcome. Chris, thank you. I know you.
I have a couple of things real fast, just a couple of things. We were in communication with Zonal Lake Management regarding the removal of the fountain on Western Avenue for the winter season. It's going to be evaluated for proper repairs to ensure smooth operation for next season. All the portable restrooms have been removed from all our parks, Pine Lake, and golf course. We finalized all winter vehicle preparation and are beginning to make proper repairs since our first snowfall. We handled our first snowfall for the season and have reviewed our plan of operation to ensure proper and efficient removal for any upcoming snow days. We have begun decorating for our winter holidays and have changed over all the American flags for our winter snowflakes down the University Parkway. We have also installed our annual Christmas tree, as you guys may see here at the town center. We are prepping for the light ceremony that's taking place on December 7th. I have met with the Montero Group regarding real farm projects, exterior construction, and landscape review. I met with Nicor Gas regarding all the gas risers for all the units at town center to ensure they're operating correctly for this season. I have met with Amber Mechanical regarding a few rooftop units at our Village Hall Town Center. I have been in communication with Ashton Paint regarding a new service for a golf course maintenance garage. I have met with Great Lakes Water Resource Group for well coordination in a golf course clubhouse. I have been in communication with Enterprise Fleet regarding our public works vehicle inventory. And then I have also begun to research some training for my department at the time, so I'm a little bit slow. That's all.
All right, thank you. Anybody, Manila, you got something real quick?
Yeah. Just the number one piece is just that the newsletter is at the printer, so it will be put out, I would say, in less than a week at this point. It's completed and put to bed. Just completed media coverage for the Veterans Day event, the winter coat giveaway and the trunk or treat, as well as marketing for First Fridays at the golf course, supported the police department with flyers and updates. pages for home website pages for homes for a changing region and Will County Consolidated Plan. Both of those pages have surveys. If you would like to circulate them with your favorite residents, try to get some input on both of those issues. As well as ABI should be receiving the payment hopefully after this board meeting to get the cable pass project moving, and the electronic sign remote operation has been completed. As well as I was in 2 demonstrations for email push programs like go.gov, and we plan to refresh the front page, begin conversation for refreshing the front page of the website for 2025.
Thank you. Books, anything? Gina, anybody, nobody? All right, so we got one action item left on the agenda. Oh, Manager Scott, you got something?
Okay, I'm going to run through this quickly. I did send all the board reports to the board. I did send all of the board reports to the board, including mine. I left nothing off my report very quickly. We closed the golf course on November 21st. We held a UP Golf Club staff meeting on the final day of the golf course being open. We will be making some repairs. I've been having ongoing virtual meetings in preparation of the implementation of the golf course software. Half of the carts have been picked up by Nagler, and the remaining carts are scheduled to be picked up next week. We are also finishing up some maintenance in and around the golf course and clubhouse, like picking up some of the remainder of the grass that was along the side of the shed. And for the month of October, the village collected that's not correct. The village collected $18,391.25 in revenue for the month of October, and the village collected $7,588 because we were only open a couple weeks for November. We do have a private rental event for this weekend. This Sunday, January 3rd, we will be having a stepper set from 12 p.m. to midnight. The admission is $10 at the
12
door.
p.m.?
They changed it, yes.
12 hours?
We went 12 p.m. to 6 to 12. It was 5 to 11.
Oh, no, you said 12 p.m.
Oh, I'm sorry. Midnight, I'm sorry. Yes, so please come out, bring your dancing shoes. We did have it one day, I think it was November 1st. A lot of people did turn out. We just stayed open to see how it would do. It did very well. People were really excited. We were hoping to have it this Friday, but we couldn't get it together, so it's going to start to be every first Friday. It's going to be on, like I said, January, so please come out. Gathered documents and reviewed information pertaining to several ongoing litigations, including workman's comp. The TIF 5 brochures have gone out, so many of you should have received one by now. If you have not, it is available on our website. It is published in the newspaper. It went out via U.S. Postal Mail, and it also went out an email blast. There are also some here available at 90 Town Center. We will be passing the tax levy and the budget at the next board meeting. I did send that off to the publisher, so we're good to go on that. We still have funding for the water bill relief program and the snow relief program. Please fill it out. People have been sending these in, so please continue to do so because the program will only last for a short while, especially for the water relief program. The mayor and I had a meeting with Antero to put together a strategy for street paving and other capital projects, including Black Hawk North and University Parkway resurfacing for the RFP. The bid opening was on 11/18 at 2 p.m. The next steps for moving construction forward are going to be discussed, and we will be bringing it before the board for accepting of that. We also have Sandra Drive reconstruction and storm system repairs. That bid opening will be at 12/9 at 10 a.m. The next steps for the contractor selection will be discussed once that is done, and we have that procurement. We've also been working on Garden North and Thornwood Mall design engineering proposal. We've actually been going back and forth with that for probably close to a year now. I'm in the process of reviewing a list of priority roads and their design and construction costs and estimates. We're going through identifying which projects should be occurring next year and also planning for 2026 along with long-term road improvements. Chris Vargas and I had a meeting with the Delta Institute regarding an updated stormwater atlas along with long-term water bills for the village. I had 3 economic development meetings, including one with a potential developer. The mayor was present to discuss doing some development in other areas for the village. So those are two economic development projects. On November 7th, the village and Homes for a Changing Region held their kickoff meeting at 90 Town Center here. We discussed potential housing, the demographics, types of homes, and there is a questionnaire, like you said, that went out. This is really important for the village to provide their input, as well as stakeholders on what type of housing they would like to see in their community. So please fill that out, it's important. We'd like to get that back ideally, probably in the first, second week of January, so we can start to gather that information. Trustees Karen Lewis and Donna Fulcher were in attendance, along with members from the school board, so we appreciate that. Jason Orzinski, thank you so much. We're requesting everyone to complete the survey. Also on November 8th, the Chicago Southland Economic Development Corporation held an awards luncheon to recognize communities with significant economic contributions. The Village of University Park was honored for Central Steel and Wire and Samsung, and the Village of Manteno was recognized for Goshen. And Country Club Hills was recognized for Dark Solar. Some of you know that when the TIF 5 was up, Dark Solar went, Homewood said, hey, we'll give you a TIF, come over here. So they're now over in Homewood with Mayor Ford. They're in Country Club Hills with Mayor Ford. On November 21st, no, that's not, yes, it should be 21st. It says November 2nd, but I remember the date clearly. On November 21st, I applied for a federal EPA grant for environmental and climate justice community change grant in the amount of $18.73 million. The Chicago Southland Economic Development Corporation, which is run by Reggie Greenwood, who also hosted this event, he's a big pioneer in the Southland as it relates to EVs and things like that, so we connected on that level. He is one of the partners on this application, which was a requirement per the feds. This is going to include sidewalks, walking paths, EV charging station, also solar, the remediation for the solder for the complete 1,600 homes, and it also deals with Pine Lake and walking paths, power upgrades, because all of this infrastructure that we're putting in is going to be quite costly for power upgrades. That's a 3-year performance period. Hopefully we'll find out soon if we get that. Also, I wanted to mention, I had a meeting with IDOT. Chris Vargas was going to be in that meeting, but that was the day the big storm came. So I had the meeting just to review the contract with Will County Department of Transportation, specifically the one that was just mentioned in regards to Western and Exchange. So I did request that we are going to be putting up another emergency vehicle preemption device, because like I said, the first one that we put up was off of Stager and on Governor's Highway. I think it's very important for safety for this community, and so we're going to be looking to put one there next. I already talked to them. Will County will be paying for that. The county and the village will be equally split financially for this pole. It's a 50-50 split. It's going to be approximately $170 per month per signal. There's only one at that intersection, so that's it. The only clause when I reviewed the grant was University Park has 100% of the modifications. It's our responsibility. And the reason why this agreement is coming up is because Will County is setting up a new network. So they are going to be doing this with other communities as well. So I told them that this would go before the board in January, so I let them know that Will County can expect this to be passed on January 28th. And I think that's the end of my report. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I'll just say mine for last. We got one action item on this agenda, which we were in executive session from. This is a resolution authorizing the extension of the employment contract between the Village of University Park and Village Manager Elizabeth Scott to the end of the term of the mayor. There was some conversation. Any questions? There were some amendments in that regarding dollar amount or anything? No questions? I'll go.
Yeah, we have a motion up first.
Okay, there's a motion. Then we have a motion in a second. Is there a motion?
Motion. Second.
And a second. Okay, now the question.
I don't have a question.
I'll make a comment. Ms. Scott,
Once again, when you first came here, I didn't know who you were. But I know you. What I don't like is the presentation. I'm gonna tell you, you probably heard it before. Take your favorite dish, put it on a plate, hand it to you, it'd be great. But let's say your favorite dish, I take it on a garbage can lid and hand it to you. It would be tasteless. What I don't like is that I was surprised again. So my revolt doesn't reflect you. Once again, come talk to me. This is not you. This is when people want to count to 4, and if it goes 4 votes tonight, it was already counted. But what I gave was a clear perspective of something that I had spoke to you before. This is a managerial form of government. And I really believe we need to change the way we do things in this form of government. This is not a strongman form of government. I'm going to say it again. This is not a strongman form of government. But this is a strong managerial form of government. Article 5 of the Illinois Compiled Statute tells you that. So I don't believe you need a term limit. Your would be indefinite. Salary, it could have been way more discussion about it. Not just show up tonight, slap something in front of me and say, this is from this guy. And if it's for them, the hell with everybody else. There are other people who believe you can do things in this village. I've seen you do it. So tonight, the revolt doesn't reflect you. Once again, it reflects it being brought to the agenda without consideration of talking to at least the most senior trustee up here who want to have several discussions with at least 3 village managers before you even got here. I yield my comment.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I have a comment. What's on the agenda is to vote to extend Manager Scott's contract to the end of 2027?
Mm-hmm.
2027, sounds
May
about right.
1st. It can't go past
April
April 30th.
30th, 2027. I didn't see the contract, but it's for an increase to 150,000, which that's not something that was really discussed because I haven't seen the contract. And then as for the term, I feel that the term should remain as is. This is what the contract is. Here at University Park, we continuously change things up where even though these are the rules and this is a contract, but you know what, I don't like it, someone's going to change it. Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. We do this so much at University Park. I just wish that we have a contract, we should stick with the contract. After the contract is over with, if the person applies for it or put their bid in, if they win it, they win it. That's just how it goes. So for me, as for contract-wise, to extend it, if your contract haven't even has been completed until next year of April 2025. This is the second time that we had to vote on Manager Scott's contract. This is the second increase. Well, this is the third time. So this will be the third time that it's been brought here, and you only had a contract for 2 years. And we're steady going back and forth and saying, well, I need more or I want more time. So I just don't feel that we should be doing this with contracts. I think we should hold firm with what we have unless there's a dire need to make changes. I don't see there's a dire need to extend it. I think that we should leave it as is, but that's my perspective, and just stand with the 2025 at the end of the contract. And that would be it.
Thank you, trustee. Anybody else?
I would like to respond.
Go ahead, Madam Scott.
So when I came on board, I did joke and say that I got trained when I came here, but I really did not know the amount of work. When I came here, I was asked to take a certain amount of money that I didn't necessarily want, but I thought that it was going to be temporary, and it was, and I agreed to program, whether that was saving money by changing bank accounts, right there was our $500,000. You don't have to hire a grant writer. I don't know how many grants people apply for. This grant is for $19 million. And just with the review of the Verizon, I said $24,000 a year, which is what I'm asking for my increase, which is 20. So I know my value to the village. I appreciate the board giving me this opportunity, and thank you.
All right. Trustee Williams?
I just want to say, I have never seen her contract, and I wasn't aware that there was that many out here. I think she said 3, but I didn't know.
I didn't have a contract first.
Yeah, and I know it was always a mix-up because we asked and asked for it, and we never received it. Or if it was received, but it wasn't signed, or something always came up with the contract. I can just speak from my personal experience that this woman has gone above and beyond what a manager should do.
Yes.
She works around the clock. Even when we're on the plane coming back from places, she's on her laptop over and over. She's on the phone. She's doing everything that a manager should do. And then she ran the golf course when we didn't have anyone else over there. She was there when it opened to the time that it closed. A lot of people come to the village hall, 5 o'clock, that's not her shut-off time. She's still working. She had one grant she did last week. She had to have it in by 11:59. By 11:38, she completed it. I had talked with her that night. She's constantly finding all the undercover stuff that has gone on in this community. Things that, yeah, people talked about, but weren't about it. They didn't do a thing about it. And now we have somebody that really cleaned up City Hall. And I can really appreciate that. And I just want her to know, I personally can't thank you enough. And whatever that contract is reading as far as your pay, time limit, I'm down for it. I'm 100%. Trustee Brooks said, I'm with that too.
And I turned to money.
Yes. You've done, you got in the audits, just about caught up. You got the finance meeting, something that another village manager said, oh, we can't have those because I don't want people in the room. She didn't want residents there. How cuckoo bird is that? But this woman has came in, and like I said, she has done above, beyond, and then some. So I salute her, I thank her, and I'm 100% with her.
I with Trustee Williams.
So I just got to ask. Go ahead, Trustee, I'm sorry.
Also, to say she brought many programs to this village that we didn't have before. The snow removal, the water program. She's been behind a lot of things bringing to this village. So the contract, like Theo Brooks said, unlimited, I'm down with that. It's a salary, $150. It's pretty low ball if you look around. But do your own comps when y'all go and look at your own comps around the surrounding towns what the village managers get paid. And she does a lot. Village managers don't run golf courses, but she's running one. She's wondering, y'all asked her to do a certain thing, there was no plan in place for her, but she's in this village 7 days a week. 7 days a week. I done ran up on her waiting for her outside to get in her car, said, go home. I done went out to the city all day and come back. Go home. This is not your home. It should be a time when her phone should be shut off. People call her at 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2 in the morning. That's unacceptable. She has to sleep too. Nobody looks at her when she sleeps. Her health is her well too. That's real talk for me. Health is well. Her phone should be shut up. If it's an emergency, call her. It's an emergency. Don't just call her
be able to justify for the residents why you need to do this.
That's it.
Okay, I'm good with you on that. Let's send out the evaluation there. Let's do the evaluation. Because that's what our fellow board members want. Let's do the evaluation, please send that out. And we get that on the do that. It is. Yes, Trustee Thomas, Jewel.
Madam Clerk,
I'm sleeping, that's it.
roll call, Madam Clerk, that's everybody else.
Trustee Lewis.
Both sides.
Trustee McFadden.
Votes aye.
Trustee Coachman. Votes no, one abstention. Trustee Thompson.
Votes no.
Trustee Williams.
Votes aye.
Trustee Brooks.
Votes no.
Mayor Hicks.
Votes yes. All right, thank you so much. And I'll close up with my trustee comments, and if no people want to leave, they can leave. I need you to make sure that you make these comments. As your mayor, my foremost commitment is to ensure that we have access to high quality water. We will actively work to meet and exceed the standards set by state and federal laws, following the guidelines of the EPA and IEPA. This is just the beginning of our efforts toward improving our water service. Many of us recognize the challenges we face with our current water provider, which has imposed high rates and raised concerns about quality. I firmly believe that, just like oil, water is a vital resource that deserves our attention and care. I invite your support in advocating for a new water infrastructure that our village can manage. By bringing in Lake Michigan water, we can take significant steps toward ensuring a reliable and sustainable water source. While this process will take time and involve careful planning, I am dedicated to working with all stakeholders to make it a reality. Together, we can establish clear goals and timelines for achieving a water service that meets our community needs. We will hold Aqua Water to the highest standards and make sure that our current provider is held accountable for the quality of service we deserve. People, let's work together to secure the quality water our community needs for a better future. One other item that's important to the residents, because the clock is ticking and there's not enough traction going on in this community, and so I want to speak about it tonight. And it is called the TAP program. I invite all residents to participate in the TAP, which is abbreviated for Technical Assistance Program. This initiative is of great importance and presents a valuable opportunity for our community. For additional information and instructions on how to get involved, please scan the QR codes available that will come in our newsletter for your participation. It will be greatly appreciated and can make a meaningful impact on our community. And thank you for considering this opportunity to engage and contribute. Residents, our TAP program is regarding Aqua Water. We have timelines and deadlines. If I'm not mistaken, it's upcoming March 7th of 2025. This will give every resident the opportunity to get their water tested. And for those who are already in what they call as the lead service advisory area, there's an opportunity to get up to $3,500 in pipe replacement and repairs. But in order for that to happen, you must participate in this program. And by participating, it's required somebody to come out and test your water. You're going to read it in the newsletter, but I think this is a good time to just verbally speak about it and let you guys know it's vitally important, and we cannot let these opportunities pass us by. Again, residents, pay attention to your newsletter, call your village hall, and also inquire about the TAP program. My last item for the mayor's comments are, attention, all residents. I am thrilled to announce the establishment of the Park District, a landmark achievement made possible by an overwhelming vote in this historic election. This moment makes a significant milestone as the Village of University Park proudly creates its first ever Park District. As your mayor, I made it a priority to place this referendum on the ballot to ensure that the voices of our residents were heard. Thank you to everyone who participated in this important process. And I understand that change can be challenging for some, but it is essential for growth and development of our community. I ask for your support in transforming our community from the Flintstones era to the Jetson era, ensuring that no one is left behind. By investing in our future, we can uplift individuals with disabilities, provide vital support to our seniors and youth, honor our veterans, and greatly improve the overall quality of life for all. As we move forward together, I eagerly welcome your feedback through surveys and suggestions, as your voice is essential in shaping our shared vision for a brighter tomorrow. Sincerely yours, Mayor Joseph B. Velez III, and I am asking